In this video, I'll be unboxing and reviewing KiwiCo's Koala Crates Rainbows. Alright, so this box is for ages 3 and up and it's rainbows. It's create stained glass art and a rainbow dyed tote bag and a snuggly cloud pillow. Okay, just there's 3 activities looks like. Sounds fun. Okay, here is the little, kind of like a little magazine telling you just a little bit more, or just a little story about Kellen, the koala, and her friends. It's a nice little read. Usually has a few other activities you can do in here. Oh, and on the last page here, it does show you some other books that are very good or kind of coincides with this rainbows theme. Okay. So this here is going to be the guide for us for grown-up assistants so that it can tell us how to use everything inside this crate. Let's go ahead and see what we have. Here are rainbow squares. Take a look at it. Just little squares, little tissue paper squares. Okay, just a little felt cloth, a little sticky, and a little dropper for colors, I assume. More felt for making the rainbow. Once again, sticky. And then here we have the tote bag. Alright, although the tote is a bit small, I think this is actually a really good size for a 3-year-old or 4-year-old, which is what this crate is aimed for. Okay, and this looks like a nice little cloud. I assume that this is going to be stuffed. Yeah, it's a little Velcro over here. Can you see it? And I assume that the activity is you're going to stuff this cotton into here to make a pillow. And then we have some other stuff here. This is the, these are black shapes. I'm not sure if you can tell. Let's see if I can get the angle. Yeah, I think you can tell right there. These are like different shapes for the stained glass art. And this is going to be the black frame, which just kind of acts like a stained glass for your child to do the art on. And last but not least is this is the clear sticky paper. I assume this is once again going to go over on top of this once you're done to keep the artwork all together. Alright, and that is everything that's inside this crate. Let me go ahead and introduce these to my son and see how he likes it, and I'll get back to you with the review portion. At $23.95 per box, are the activities inside this crate worth it? As seen in the unboxing, there are 3 activities plus a magazine for the child. Depending on your child and how you go about the activities, I would say on average, it will probably take roughly 2 hours to do all 3 activities. Of course, this depends on how you approach them. The stained glass art is a fairly simple activity where your child uses the black shapes and the square tissue papers to make a mock stained glass. Since my son just turned 4, he needed a bit of assistance with all the peeling of the backings to reveal the sticky parts. Other than that, he had fun putting the pieces, making the sun, trees, and mountains. Afterwards, you place the rainbow squares on the back, covering it up to make the stained glass effect. Make sure to save about half the squares for the next activity. I found it was easier to divide them before so you don't accidentally use them all up. He didn't quite see the full picture until we were finished and he saw the front. But afterwards, he got a nice kick out of seeing his art taped up on our window. Overall, a fun activity for your child to practice their fine motor skills. The rainbow tote bag activity was not only fun, but you also get a pretty tote bag your child can use for whatever they want. Initially, when doing this activity, I was a bit skeptical on the final results. The activity itself is pretty simple in that you wet the bag and place it on a tray, put the square rainbows on top, then use the dropper to wet all the squares. The idea is that the water will make the color of the tissue paper bleed onto the tote bag, which is also why you want to use a tray so that the color from tissue paper doesn't bleed and stain your table. You can use this as an opportunity to show your child what happens if you mix various colors, such as using yellow and blue squares to make green. After wetting all the squares, let the bag dry overnight. Looking at the randomness of the placements we had on the rainbow squares versus the nice sectioned out on the image and the instructions, I thought our bag wasn't going to turn out very well. But it seems that this is one of those activities that is hard to mess up, as the way the color bleeds and blends together, everything turned out really well. After removing the dried rainbow squares, your child can place the cloud stickers to finish the bag. This was probably my favorite activity in the crate, as even though the activity is finished, your child gets to use the bag and has a nice reminder of the fun in making it. The third activity is making a cloud pillow. Before stuffing the pillow, you use the rainbow felt stickers to make a rainbow on the cloud. While they say this is a medium grown-up involvement, I would say it's actually high, as the back of the stickers are very sticky. I had to help my son peel off the back as well as sort of guide him onto the cloud, as I didn't want him to accidentally fold one of the rainbow pieces. I'm fairly sure that if it's stuck together, it wouldn't be possible to peel them apart again, or at least without removing the sticky parts. After making the rainbow, simply fill the cloud with the included filling. This was probably my son's favorite part, as he enjoyed breaking apart the fluff and stuffing it into the cloud. I did need to help him stuff it a bit more to make the cloud more fluffy. In case you were wondering, we did not use all of the filling to make the cloud, as I thought it was already decently filled. This cloud pillow is not only fun for your child to cuddle with, but it's also great at teaching them the colors of the rainbow. The magazine includes a short story of Kellen and friends on the search for a rainbow and learning what elements are needed for a rainbow to appear. It also has a nice section that explains to a child exactly what causes rainbows to show up. There's also a page that gives us ideas on other ways to show our children rainbows, such as mirrors, prisms, and even using the garden hose. They even have instructions on how to make rainbow crayons. I haven't tried this out yet, but it looks like it could be a fun way to make rainbow colors. One more thing I want to mention is that on the back of the instructions, there is a QR code that sends you to a page with even more rainbow activity ideas you can do with your child. While technically you could look up more activities on your own, this just makes things much easier if you want to continue with the teaching more with rainbows. Rainbows are one of those things that I think all children love. They're colorful and pretty, so it draws the child's attention, making it easier to teach with. My son and I had a blast doing the activities in this crate. The activities might seem simple, but unless you already have all the materials, the time and money spent to recreate it would be greater than $24. I found that these crates are a great way to keep your child entertained without relying on TV or iPad, which is always a win in my book. If you're interested in starting your own subscription, use the link below and use the promo code KEVIN to get 50% off your first month. Check out my other koala crate reviews to see all the different type of crates your child could get if you subscribe to KiwiCo. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.